Only divine love and light are allowed in this space. Okay. Yes. Kind of have a message, a specific message, but I'm gonna see what else God is wanting me to share. What else am I supposed to share, God? Only divine love and light. Okay. Use me as a vessel, God. Divine love and light. The Emperor reversed. Domineering, controlling, lack of discipline, rigid, stubborn, tyrant, recklessness. Okay. So this is past. In the past, the Emperor in reverse. Domineering, controlling tendencies indicates a lack of discipline, stubbornness, rigidity. This card warns of tyrannical behavior and recklessness, leading to potential misuse of power. Okay, so upright, present, celebration, joy, harmony, marriage, home, community, homecoming. Okay, and Page of Cups, upright, creative opportunities, intuitive messages, curiosity, possibility, happy surprise, dreamer, sensitivity, new love, Page of Cups. Okay. So this is the message I'm receiving. Okay. So I first pulled the Emperor in the reverse, and then I pulled the Four of Wands upright and the Page of Cups upright. Okay. So what I am receiving, what I'm hearing right now is that in the past, you may have been kind of really controlling with your day-to-day life, with just everything. You like structure. You're someone who thrives in structure and in having a schedule. And I'm speaking for the collective, but also speaking for myself. But this is how you thrive, having a schedule. And there's nothing wrong with having a schedule because, as humans, that does help, especially if you have young kids. Schedules help keep the kids, it helps let you know what to expect in the day-to-day. And it can help us feel like we are in control, and to an extent we are, obviously. But there can be times where you have been to the T, it has to be like this, this hour this happens, and then this hour this happens, and then if we get off of our schedule, it's the end of the world. Maybe you've been like that in the past, where if you got off your schedule, you just felt like the day was ruined. You couldn't get back to, whatever you needed to get stuff done. You don't have enough time now. And that would cause you to be stressed and frustrated because you're like, I have all these things that I need to do and now I don't have the time. And it would just cause a cycle, of you feeling frustrated and stuck in your feelings and feeling frustrated because you didn't get the things done that you needed to get done, but also it's this lack of control that you have when this happens. And sometimes, things happen, like I have kids, and sometimes you just, they take longer to get dressed or to brush their teeth. Having children, especially small children, young children, it makes you have to slow down quite a bit, honestly. And we're all guilty of rushing and being in a hurry, But what I'm hearing is in the past, you have been very rigid with your schedule, very controlling, stubborn, very, just rigid, just not feeling like you can bend it all. It's like this, on Mondays we do this, on Tuesday we do this, Wednesday this, and but this is the past you. You have woken up. You are realizing that, yes, we are in control to a certain extent, but also like you're stressing yourself out with trying to maintain this structure that you're wanting. And again, it is important for us to have some structure, but we do not need to be rigid. We want to live in flow. If something comes up and it ruins our schedule or it makes us feel a little behind, you're learning that you're not actually ever behind. You're actually on time. There's a reason why you're supposed to be 5 minutes late. There's a reason why. And sometimes it's not because of anything big, like, there are times where, you can end up running late and there's a wreck like on the highway and you actually would have like been near that, or, something like that. It doesn't even have to be as big as that. Sometimes it's more, what am I learning through this? What did I learn in being late and in not being in control of the situation? Am I learning that I need to have more patience? Am I learning that I need to manage my time better? What can I learn from this? So you're in that process, you're truly just, your third eye is opening, and you're like, what can I learn from this experience? Whereas in the past, you may have been more about the feelings, about the frustration, about I feel so much lack of control, and it would give you anxiety. And now you're learning to live more in that flow state. And it's like, why did this possibly happen? And also, sometimes that just happens. Sometimes it's just life. And learning to be okay with a lack of control. You're learning to be okay with a lack of control. And in that learning to be okay without having to, nitty gritty control everything, you are living in a more flow state of life. You are learning to let go and to enjoy moments as they are happening. It's helping you be more present, knowing that, this life, we are supposed to be in a state of flow. We are supposed to be living in present moments. It's not supposed to feel like a checklist that you have to take care of every day. It should not feel like that. And so with letting go and living in this flow state, you are living more presently, and you are becoming more joyous, more harmonious. You're celebrating life, celebrating the daily joys, just like your normal day-to-day living. In the past, you may have been so hyper fixated on problem solving and how can I fix this, and whereas now it's like problems arise during the day, and that's okay. Like, this life isn't perfect, and learning to just be joyous with where you are. You're learning to see the many little blessings that you have. You may not be exactly where you want to be. You may not have reached all the goals that you have set, but you are learning to live more joyously and be thankful for the blessings, all of the many blessings that you do have in your life. And that brings celebration, that brings joy, true joy. And with learning to be more present and more joyous, that third eye that is opening, you are living more like open, you know, you're open to receiving, you're open to receiving more blessings, but also more just messages from Spirit, from God, from your angels. And so continue. This is your sign. Continue going the route that you're going. Continue. If you're on the spiritual journey, if you've just started this, this is your sign. Like, you're going in the right direction, and God has got you. You know, your spirit guides, they have you. Your angels, they have you. And just keep continuing to live in this flow state. You know, pray to God, ask for signs, and also live more presently like you have been. You've been doing that, and just continue to. You know, if you're outside, look up, look at the sky, look around you, and see if you see animals, spirit animals, trying to give you signs, give you confirmations. And yeah, you're also at this point in your journey, you're learning that, you know, what you take in, it affects you. And this is something that I was hearing the other day, is like, you're being called to reevaluate, you know, some of the things that in the past you may have put more time and energy into, or even just like the stuff you're consuming, you know, when you're on your phone. What are you watching? And yes, like, you know, sometimes we like to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, get out of our headspace, and sometimes, like, to decompress, you know, you may want to scroll and just disassociate, you know. And that's okay, you know, sometimes that's okay. But everything within reason, you know, not putting too much time into any one thing. And so, yeah, just reevaluating what you're putting your time into. The other day, I used to watch this YouTuber because I related to her at a different point in time, and I had been watching this YouTuber, you know, her videos, her content for years, like since I was in high school, since I was probably like a freshman or a sophomore in high school, and now I'm 28 years old. And I recently watched one of her videos, and I was just like, I just don't align with you anymore, and that's okay. You know, we grow, we ebb, we flow. And I felt called to like stop watching her content. And this is a sign that God is telling you, like, reevaluate some of the stuff that you're, you know, putting your time into. If you're into watching, you know, TV shows, like reality TV, maybe that's something that you're into. Maybe you're being called to like really question, is this more good than bad for me? Is this, you know, because again, we all have moments where we want to like disassociate, just relax, like not think about our problems, not think about what's going on in the world. And for some, like I know reality TV, like that does that for them. But I think it comes to like, how is my thought process during this, after this? Like, does watching people on reality TV make me feel like, you know, I need to alter my body to look a certain way? Like, does it make me feel like superficial in my relationships? Do like I relate to these people, you know? And does that make me feel good about myself, bad about myself, whatever? And so yeah, God is calling you to just really reevaluate like the stuff that you're putting your time and energy into, and think about how that stuff is has affected you, is affecting you. And yeah, this is the message. So yes, if so yes, continue, journey on, my friend, you're doing great. And sorry, I just had like a brain fart. Yeah, I hope that this video found you well, and I do believe, like, you know, what's meant to find you will find you. And if you watched it all the way through, like, you were supposed to receive some sort of message from this video. So yes, if you watched it all the way through, thank you for doing that, and subscribe if you feel called to. This is new to me, you know, so I'm just going to continue allowing the universe, God, to use me as a vessel and speak through me.